I was born in 1963. My mother was struggling with her beliefs and addiction. She started to follow Tammy Faye. My brother had a small tumor on his leg and she wanted him to be healed, so he went up on stage. It was scary for my brother Griffin and me because we didn't understand what was happening. Welcome back to our channel discussing Joanna Moore, a captivating actress known for her beauty and talent who made her mark in Hollywood. Despite her success and fame, Joanna's life was marked by tragedy. Born into a loving family in Georgia, she was a hopeful little girl until she unexpectedly lost her parents and sister, shattering her childhood. After being adopted and given a new name, Joanna began a challenging journey that led her to glamorous parties and the heights of Hollywood. But life continued to bring her difficulties. The story of Joanna Moore is more than just about a once famous actress. It also highlights how fragile life can be. It raises questions about why a woman with so much potential faced such tragedy. Despite her struggles, she made a lasting impression on film and in the hearts of her fans. Let's explore the moving and complicated life of Joanna Moore, a talented star who shone brightly, but also had her share of challenges. Joanna was born Dorothy Joanne Cook. On November 10, 1934, in Americus, Georgia, Joanna was raised in a small, loving family. Her hardworking parents and little sister created a happy home. However, when she was just 7 years old, tragedy struck. Joanna saw her family get into a terrible car accident. Her mother and sister died right away, and her father, who survived at first, sadly passed away a few months later due to his injuries. Less than a year ago, Joanna lost her whole family, which left a big emptiness in her young heart. After her parents died, her grandmother took her in and cared for her with love. But this comfort didn't last long because her grandmother's health got worse. Once again, Joanna found herself with nobody to turn to. During this tough time, a local family decided to adopt her, but they had a strange requirement. Joanna would need to change her name to Joanna Moore. Joanna, who would later become famous in Hollywood, was adopted and often felt unsafe or insecure. From a young age, she showed a strong personality and a determination to overcome her situation. At 16, Joanna shocked everyone by marrying a boy her age named Willis Moore, but the marriage ended in less than a year. However, she kept the name Joanna Moore for the rest of her life. Joanna's childhood was full of deep sadness and loss. Heartbreak made her strong, but it also left her with wounds that would never fully heal. These wounds would influence her journey, which was brightened by fame but also filled with darkness. After losing her family and having a sad childhood, Joanna Moore found comfort in her beauty and vibrant personality. Her life changed when she entered and won a beauty contest in Georgia, leading to new opportunities. Joanna left Agnes Scott College to chase her dream of Hollywood. Her start there felt like a fairy tale. At a fancy party, a producer from Universal Pictures noticed her beauty and invited her to audition. Soon after, she signed a contract with the studio. With a lot of hope, she moved from television to film, and her early roles began to attract attention. Her film career started with roles in Joanna appeared in the films Appointment with a Shadow in 1957 and Flood Tide in 1958. Although these movies didn't bring her much success, she didn't give up. In 1958, she got a small but important role in Touch of Evil, directed by the famous Orson Welles. Even though her role was minor, being part of such a well-known project helped her career. However, Joanna's talent and looks were often hidden by her hasty personal choices and struggles in life after a short taste of Hollywood. Joanna entered Hollywood with determination and beauty, but her journey was not just about fame and success. She faced a tough struggle with her past and dealt with the effects of some bad decisions in her career. After her role in Touch of Evil, she took on many different film projects, including a notable role as Miss Precious in Walk on the Wild Side. In 1962, Joanna portrayed a complicated woman named Miss Precious who faced many personal struggles. She did a great job showing the character's emotional depth, which made Miss Precious a memorable part, even though she was a supporting character. Joanna's performance earned her a lot of fan appreciation, and she received many handwritten letters praising her work. That same year, Joanna also starred in Follow That Dream alongside Elvis Presley, playing a woman who challenged his character. Although she wasn't the main character, Joanna gave a smart and memorable performance that caught people's attention. The film gained extra buzz because of rumors about a complicated relationship between Joanna and Presley during filming. Besides her bigger roles, Joanna also showed her skills in smaller projects like the 1958 horror film Monster on the Campus, where a professor turns into an ancient man. Even though the movie didn't do well at the box office, Joanna used it to showcase her talent. Joanna was versatile and passionate about acting, but her biggest success came on television, not in movies. She became a popular guest star on shows like The Rifleman, Maverick, and Perry Mason. Her most famous role was as Nurse Peggy McMillan on The Andy Griffith Show, where she played Andy Taylor's love interest. Joanna's performance was gentle and engaging, and in just 4 episodes, she made her character a devoted and caring person. Joanna played a nurse who was also a strong and independent woman, a character that many viewers connected with, reflecting the social issues of her time. Even though her role was short, it made a lasting impact and is one of her most memorable performances on TV. She also appeared in popular series like The Rifleman and Perry Mason, showcasing her talent in different types of shows. While filming Route 66, Joanna had a real-life accident when her leg got stuck. Even in a risky underwater scene, Joanna kept filming, showing her professionalism and strong determination. In every role, big or small, she proved that she was a committed actress, ready to take on any character to show her talent. Although she never got a major role that would make her famous, her work in each project added special value, gaining her respect from both fans and co-workers. Her performances were more than just a job. Joanna Moore achieved a lot in film and television, showing her great talent. However, her personal life was full of struggles, including difficult marriages and issues with addiction. Her private life revealed the challenges that can exist behind the bright surface of Hollywood. Joanna got married for the first time at just 16 to Willis Moore, but their marriage lasted less than a year. Joanna left her young family life to focus on her career. Her first marriage ended quickly, and she kept the name Joanna Moore for the rest of her life. She married a young actor named Don, but that marriage also lasted just a year, showing her difficulties in finding stable relationships. Her most well-known relationship was her third marriage to actor Ryan Ove Reyes. Joanna and Ryan got married in 1963 and had 2 kids, Tatum and Griffin. They looked like the perfect Hollywood family, but their home life was full of problems. Ryan often had a bad temper, which led to fights with Joanna. At one of the hardest times in their marriage, Ryan found Joanna passed out in the bathtub with alcohol and pills nearby. This raised worries about her ability to be a mother. Their marriage eventually ended. Joanna was left feeling empty and broke after her experiences in 1967. She married Gary Reeves in 1975, but that marriage only lasted 2 years. After that, Joanna chose to stay single for the rest of her life. After her divorce from Ryan O'Neal, she lost custody of her children because of her problems with addiction and legal issues. Her oldest daughter, Tatum O'Neal, later shared that her childhood was greatly impacted by her mother's troubled life. Tatum often recalled this in her memories. Tatum faced problems with the unsuitable boyfriends Joanna brought home and even had to deal with some who were abusive. Despite these difficulties, Tatum stayed close to her mother during her last years and was there when Joanna died. Joanna's son, Griffin O'Neal, also dealt with the ups and downs of their family life. Both Tatum and Griffin had their own struggles, including addiction, which they partly blamed on the unhealthy environment they grew up in. So, Joanna's life was marked by addiction after her career started to go downhill and her marriage to Ryan O'Neal ended in 1967. She fell into a constant cycle of alcohol and drug use, using these substances to escape her disappointment and pain. Joanna went from acting in big movies to taking minor roles on TV and less popular projects. The frustration of not being able to regain her past success pushed her to rely on alcohol and drugs to cope with her feelings. At first, these substances provided Joanna with some short-term relief, but soon they took over her life. Her reliance on sedatives and alcohol grew, making it hard for her to manage her actions. She faced legal issues and was arrested several times for driving under the influence. These situations damaged her reputation and caused her to lose custody of her children, Tatum and Griffin, in 1970 degrees heat. "What did you do with that history?" Tatum said. "We did anything we could to protect ourselves from our sins." Tatum had soon reached the point of no return. Tatum called him, "This heartbreaking loss deeply affected Joanna." Joanna had to give her children to Ryan O'Neal, who wasn't a good parent. Instead of helping Joanna get better, losing custody made her more addicted and alone. She tried to get help from treatment centers, but these attempts usually didn't work for long. A big part of the problem was that she didn't have steady support from family and friends to stay sober after treatment. Also, she felt like a failure and faced a lot of pressure. Feeling out of place in Hollywood pushed Joanna back to alcohol and drugs to cope. Her addiction hurt her health and damaged her confidence. After years of substance abuse, she had visible signs of her struggles, like a fragile appearance, dental problems, and poor mental health. Her daughter Tatum O'Neal often saw her mother in a confused state, which left a lasting impact on her. Joanna Moore's life was a mix of ups and downs. Joanna's life had both shining moments and deep personal hardships. Her story reminds us of the pressure and sacrifices that come with fame in Hollywood. Despite facing many challenges, she showed great strength and kept looking for hope. In her later years, Joanna faced health issues and the effects of a difficult life after her acting career slowed down. Joanna took on roles in smaller films and TV shows. Her last appearance was in the action movie Run, Chrissy Run in 1986. Although the movie wasn't very popular, Joanna continued acting because she loved it, even though her health and situation made it harder for her. After this role, she decided to live a quieter life in Palm Springs, California. During this time, she also took part in small theater productions there, but these activities didn't receive much attention. Joanna gained a lot of attention, which made her feel fulfilled and gave her some stability in her otherwise difficult life. During this time, she mostly dealt with health problems caused by years of alcohol and medication abuse. Joanna was a talented and charming performer, but she faced personal struggles, including failed marriages and addiction. Her true legacy comes not just from her acting, but also from her challenging life story, which shows the complex nature of people dealing with fame and hardships. Her experiences highlight that the fame of Hollywood can bring success while also hiding difficult battles. Despite everything she went through, Joanna Moore stands as a symbol of resilience. Joanna Moore faced many challenges, but her strength and story inspire people to pursue their dreams and overcome difficulties. Although she has passed away, her performances and life lessons still resonate with her fans. What do you think about Joanna Moore's emotional life? Did her performances impact you like they did for audiences in her time?